Good morning. It's October 12th and I got my phone call. I will be headed to the field this afternoon, but Jim left his phone sitting on the counter, so I'm headed to the field to deliver a phone. That's what my day starts with. I made a wrong turn. I was headed directly into the airport. No wonder people were looking at me weird. Thank goodness for Google Maps. What in the world did we do without you?
That's true love.
True love or
But
just luck. I tried to send you a text to tell you to take some video this morning, and I heard your little phone go beep. Yep.
And I didn't miss it till I was here.
So you must not have been too worried about it.
Well, I couldn't exactly. I messaged you.
Well, I texted Aaron. Nice morning.
Yep, beautiful morning.
I was over there at the airport and thought I was headed in the right direction, and people were looking at me, and I figured out why now. I should have just come down the runway. That would have had some people.
It wouldn't have been like off it, but yeah, you probably would have had people excited because the trucks run along the grass right here.
Yeah.
And they really want flashers and beacons all day while you're there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No. That's a pretty good field road. It's like a highway.
Yeah, it's a beautiful field road, but it ends about there.
So how soon will you get going?
I don't know if we're just going to take off here real soon, but one of the combines has, I suppose we're going to leave it. I suppose we're going to get fired up and put the heads on the trailer and go.
You're going to leave it? What do you mean?
There's a combine that has issues and they're waiting on some parts. And
oh, so you're moving is what you're saying. You finished here, you're moving.
yes, ma'am.
Well, I got my phone call. I don't have to be out till 1. So I'm going to go back home and pay bills, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to get ready.
Okay, see ya. Bye. Yeah, you're welcome.
We're headed down for a piece on the Missouri River bottom. I've got a little story I might tell you sometime about coming out of here. Last year with the service truck pulling the header trailer, about had a little disaster. It doesn't look this steep, but it's pretty steep. Well, hell, I guess I might as well tell you now. I was coming out of here last fall with the service pickup and pulling the header, and I had her in low range barreling up the hill, and she started scratching and spinning. I did not have my hubs turned in, and you can't back down a hill with our header trailers the way they are. You just can't do it. So I had to get out on the hill. I left it in drive, set the brake as hard as I could. My knees were wobbling, and I got out, locked the hubs in, and then I worried, can I get going up the hill again? But I did. I guess there used to be over 1,000 acres of farming down here till the river flooded. I think it was in '09 or so, and about everything you can see was was underwater. They only farm a couple hundred down here now, I think.
Well, we're back cutting beans again. And I'm not sure that we know what the issue was. Maybe there was no issue. Mark and Lee kind of decided that quite possibly it might have been just the change in the variety of the beans and the cutting conditions. So they made some adjustments, and I guess I haven't heard that noise again. So somebody said it was a ghost. I agree. I think it probably was a ghost. But regardless, we're back to work. So yesterday, because I didn't do anything in the field, Taylor and I got together and made Lane her costume for Halloween. She's going to be a strawberry. So that was a pretty productive day for me, I guess. And I got my yard mowed. It started back in the field, and you just don't want it to quit because you get into the routine. And now they're talking rain tonight, like 90% chance of rain. So I'm gonna guess we'll have another day or two off again. There's the incoming clouds. It's supposed to bring rain tonight. Final dump of the night. Still working perfectly. It's too bad we couldn't have just kept going. Morning. It's October 15th. I'll give you a little bit of an update as to what's occurred over the past couple of days. So the last video that you just watched was shot on Wednesday, and we were supposed to get rain, and we did. We got a pretty good storm. It rained here about 1 3/4 inches. So I haven't been back to the combine in a couple of days. I drove bus yesterday for the school and took the kids to a high school volleyball game in Meade, and Jim has been combining, so apparently where their equipment is sitting didn't get as much rain as we did, so somebody's been working. Anyways, sun's shining today, and let's go cut some beans. She's running and ready to go. Hoping the beans have a moisture of 13 or less, so we can just keep going. And once we finish this field up, we'll be moving to a new place. Well, I hope that's not an indication of what it's going to be like. Ground is soft. Tracks were made. It's starting to cool down now. They're even talking some frost tonight. Feels more like fall instead of summer, unfortunately. And the trees will be changing colors soon. They're already starting. Well, this little field has taken me much longer than I anticipated. Along that tree line, there's branches down from storms that we've had, and these beans that I'm cutting right here in front are really tall and tangled, and the stems are green, so I'm not able to go very fast. Well, this one's done. Dirty windows. I wanted to sprinkle on us. So now we'll take the header off, put it on the trailer, and move to the next field.
Make sure it show this fancy electrician. This is how I hook up the port head or the feed head.
You gotta have a lot of electrical tape, right?
A lot of electrical tape. Because I won't pay $950 for a new wiring harness.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So the combine is headed to a new field. The colors are so pretty right now. We made it to our destination. It looks like we got a combine wanting to get behind us. Got all kinds of traffic right here, right now.
Up, is it? The rib I told you to want. During the day yesterday, I noticed what looked like a little bit of a wrinkle in a draper belt. Something just didn't look quite right, but I just kept going. And when the field was done last evening, the splice on the right hand side, the splice device was on top where I could see it, and it looked broken. And when I went down and looked at it, the splice was broken, the belt was ripped just a little bit right there. So I immediately went to the right-hand roller to have a look at that, and it looked like maybe there was some dirt or mud packed around the roller, which made the belt too tight and an uneven pull on it, which would have done what it done. So I made a call to my man, Mark, and he ran and got a new belt and a splice and helped us put it on. And when we got the belt out, it was not dirt and mud wrapped around it, but part of the V belt, part of the V that's molded into the belt had peeled off, which I've heard about it doing. It'll just happen. And that part of the V got wrapped around the roller instead of mud and dirt around the roller. It was part of that V rib that was wrapped around it, which made an uneven pull and had it over tightened. So that's what had happened, and Mark came and helped me get it back together, and hopefully we're ready to go.
Hey Jim, and I really hope that you enjoyed today's daily update. If you did, why don't you give it a thumbs up for us? We'd like to know that. And be sure to hit the subscription button and the bell notification so that you know when the next video is up and ready to watch. Thank you, and we're so glad you're along with us for the journey.